this very powerful job interview training tutorial, I will give you the top 7 interview questions and answers for both experienced and fresh graduate candidates. That's right, I am going to give you top scoring answers to the 7 most common interview questions asked in 2023. So if you have a job interview coming up soon for any role or company, make sure you stay tuned because I promise to help you pass at the very first attempt. And just very quickly, if you are new to this channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Literally thousands of you are passing your job interviews. I can only help you if you are subscribed. And please give the video a like because that really does motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, let's jump straight into the tutorial. Okay, let's start working through those 7 common interview questions. Now, the first one is introduce yourself. Here's 2 tips for answering this question with confidence. Tip number 1, practice your answer to this first interview question until you know it off by heart. This is important. Now, because it's the first interview question, you will have to build a connection with the hiring manager and demonstrate confidence. And you can only do that if you have rehearsed your answer. And tip number 2, in your answer to the introduce yourself interview question, talk about the skills and qualities you have, any achievements you have gained in your life so far, and what you will do in the role if they hire you. So let me now give you 2 brilliant answers to the interview question, introduce yourself, one for experienced candidates and then one for fresh graduates. Here we go. Introduce yourself for experienced candidates. My name is Richard and thank you for the opportunity to be interviewed for this position today. I would describe myself as an industrious, self-disciplined and knowledgeable team worker whose commercial awareness means everything I do at work is focused on achieving results for my employer. I have a track record of success. For example, in my previous role, I helped the company increase sales, worked on numerous challenging projects that moved the business forward, and assisted in the training of new staff members as and when they joined the team. In recent years, I successfully completed several training courses that improved my knowledge of this industry, and I am confident I can quickly add value to your team. If you hire me, I will be a positive role model for the company brand and take ownership of my ongoing development, so I am always a useful and highly productive co-worker. Introduce yourself for fresh graduates. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be interviewed for this position with your company today. My name is Richard and I recently graduated from college with numerous qualifications that are a great match for this position. Although I don't have any work experience, I more than make up for it with my passion, self-discipline, commitment to lifelong learning, and my desire to build a successful career in this industry. Outside of work, I keep myself fit and active, which means my concentration and energy levels are always high. My strengths include my flexibility and adaptability, my fast pace of work, which means I will get more work done than the average employee, and my adaptability to change. I will support the organization in any changes it wants to make and work hard to repay the trust you will have shown in hiring me. The second interview question we need to prepare for is, why do you want this job? Here's 2 tips for giving the perfect answer. Tip number 1, in your answer, show passion for the role and say the position is aligned with your skills and qualifications. And tip number 2, don't forget to mention their company in your response. Saying you want the job because it is with their company will definitely get you a higher score. So let me now give you 2 brilliant example answers to that tough interview question, why do you want this job? 1 answer for experienced candidates and 1 for fresh graduates. Here we go. Why do you want this job for experienced candidates? I want this job because it is a position I am experienced in, passionate about, and one where I can have a positive impact. I also want this job because my skills and experience strongly match the job description. I am confident I can hit the ground running and perform to a high standard in the role. Finally, I want this job because it is with your company. We spend a lot of time at work, and I want that time to be put to good use doing something that I genuinely love. I researched your organization before applying, and your track record of success and desire to be the market leader tells me I will be very happy here. Why do you want this job for fresh graduates? I have been working towards this job for several years and focusing on achieving the right academic qualifications to succeed in the position. I want this job because I am passionate about this industry. I want to build a long-term career in the role and work alongside like-minded professionals who can help me become a valuable member of the organization. I also want this job because your organization is forward-thinking, promotes an inclusive workplace culture, and supports its staff so they can reach their full potential. The third interview question we need to prepare for is, what are your strengths? This is a tough question to answer, so make sure you prepare a confident response. Here's 2 tips to help you give the perfect answer. Tip number 1, be sure to match your strengths with the job description. Now, the job description is the blueprint for the role, and listed in that document are the essential skills and strengths needed in the position. And tip number 2, the most sought after strengths employers look for are communication and interpersonal skills, collaboration skills, and the ability to solve problems quickly and decisively. So again, here's my 2 example answers to help you pass your interview. One for experienced candidates and one for fresh graduates. Here we go. What are your strengths for experienced candidates? My strengths are a close match for the job description. I'm a confident communicator who speaks with clarity and purpose. My written communication is professional, free from mistakes, and will represent the company brand positively. Other strengths include my ability to quickly and decisively solve challenges and problems. For example, in my last role, the organization's IT system developed a fault, so I investigated the issue and hired a contractor to resolve it. Finally, one of my greatest strengths is my passion for self-development. I take ownership of my professional development, meaning you will always have a productive employee whose skills and knowledge are relevant to this industry. What are your strengths for fresh graduates? My strengths include my high energy, passion, commitment, and self-discipline. Now, because I am new to the working environment and hungry to learn, you will get to train me up to be the perfect employee. Other strengths include the fact I am a supportive co-worker. I will go out of my way to assist team members when carrying out their duties because it means I will get to learn more about the company. Finally, one of my greatest strengths is my flexibility and adaptability. I will willingly carry out duties outside of my job description and work additional hours when needed to support the organization. The fourth interview question we need to work through is perhaps the hardest one to answer. And that question is, what's your biggest weakness? Be very careful how you answer this question because you could end up failing your entire interview because of your response. Here's 2 tips to help you prepare. Tip number 1, do not say your weakness is perfectionism. If you give that as your weakness, you will not get hired. And tip number 2, do not say you don't have any weaknesses. This is not a trick question. The question is being asked to assess your self-awareness and whether you want to improve on your weakness. So here's 2 great answers to help you pass your interview. What's your biggest weakness for experienced candidates? My biggest weakness is the fact I find it hard letting go of projects. I keep going back over my work, checking to see if everything is correct. However, whilst this shows I have high standards, I do need to learn to finish a project, let it go, and then quickly move on to the next one. What's your biggest weakness for fresh graduates? My biggest weakness is I am not very good at public speaking or giving talks to large groups of people. I tried to give a talk at university once and I didn't feel that confident. However, this is a skill I want to develop, so if there are are any opportunities in your organization for me to give talks to my team, then I would love to give it another try. The next interview question I want you to prepare for is, describe yourself in 3 words. Wow, this is another really difficult interview question to answer correctly. Which 3 words should you choose to impress the hiring manager? Well, let me give you 2 really important tips before giving you 2 great answers. Tip number 1, do not use the words hardworking, professional, and supportive. Those 3 words are used by the majority of candidates, and they won't help you to stand out. You need to choose 3 words that make the hiring manager sit up and listen. And tip number 2, once you have described yourself in 3 words, then explain how they will add value to their company in the role. So let me now give you 2 brilliant example answers to that tough question. Describe yourself in 3 words. Here we go. Describe yourself in 3 words for experienced candidates. I would describe myself as goal-orientated, consistent, and reliable. I am goal-orientated because I set myself goals to achieve based on my employer's commercial objectives. I am consistent because I have high personal and professional standards. Everything will be done on time and to exacting standards. Finally, I am reliable because I take my work seriously, I am loyal and committed to my employer, and I deliver quality work without having to be constantly reminded or supervised. Describe yourself in 3 words for fresh graduates. I would describe myself as self-disciplined, capable, and ambitious. I am self-disciplined because I learned the importance of accountability during my academic studies. I am capable because my knowledge and desire to be the best I can be more than makes up for my lack of experience. Finally, I am ambitious, meaning you will be hiring someone who wants to grow, improve, develop, and be a positive contributor to the success of the organization. The 6th interview question I want you to prepare for is, why should we hire you? This question is your opportunity to shine. Here's 2 tips before I give you 2 brilliant example answers. Tip number 1, the hiring manager will use your and the other candidate's answers to determine which one candidate is the best fit for their team. So don't be afraid to sell yourself in your answer. And tip number 2, think of ways you can add value to their organization and talk about these in your response. Also, make sure you use positive words and phrases to sell yourself. So here's my 2 example answers to help you. Why should we hire you for experienced candidates? You should hire me because my skills, qualities, and experience are a great match for the job description. This means I can come into your team, have an immediate and positive impact, and you won't have to spend your valuable time closely supervising or monitoring me. You should also hire me because I have a proven track record of success in similar roles, and I'm confident I can bring that same level of performance to your company. Finally, my eagerness to learn and grow will make me a valuable asset to your company for many years to come. Why should we hire you for fresh graduates? You should hire me because I am tech savvy, open-minded, and thirsty for knowledge and information. I can bring a creative edge to the company, help you promote your products and services on social media, and perhaps offer a fresh perspective on things when needed. Finally, you should hire me because I am seeking long-term employment in this industry. I want to stay working for your company long-term, meaning you won't have to re-advertise the position. Now, in a second, I will give you the 7th and final common interview question to prepare for. But before I do that, if you want to download all the answers I have given in this tutorial, plus a further 30 brilliant responses to difficult interview questions, click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video. So the 7th interview question I strongly recommend you prepare for is, why do you want to work for us? Now, this question will come up during your interview. So here's 2 tips to help you prepare before I give you those powerful answers. Tip number 1, it is really important to tell the hiring manager you have researched their company in your answer. This demonstrates you are serious about working for them and you are not just interested in a paycheck. And tip number 2, in your answer, talk about the positive things things you have learned about their company during your research. So, here's 2 top scoring answers to help you pass your interview. Why do you want to work for us for experienced candidates? I want to work for you because my research tells me you are ambitious, forward-thinking, and you employ people who are capable of making a difference and impacting this industry positively. This means I will get to work in a positive working environment on exciting and challenging projects where everyone has a can-do attitude. I also want to work for you because you have strong workplace values, you encourage creativity, and you train your employees to be the best they can be. Why do you want to work for us for fresh graduates? I want to work for you because you will give me the best start in my career possible, the tools, training and support to excel in my work, and the opportunity to collaborate alongside ambitious and enthusiastic people who will listen to my ideas and suggestions. My research tells me you have an inclusive working environment where there is opportunity for everyone, and your workplace values very much align with my own. If I get hired, I will be very happy to work here. So there's an abundance of brilliant answers to the 7 most common interview questions asked during 2023. Now, if you want to download those answers, plus a further 30 brilliant responses to difficult interview questions, click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video and head straight through to my website, passmyinterview.com. Finally, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Literally thousands of you are passing your job interviews. I can only help you if you are subscribed. Please give the video a like because that really does motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much. And don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It's always a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your job interview. Have a great day.